What's up, you guys? Mario here,
And Nikki.
and today we just finished watching Demon Slayer. For those of you in the U.S., it just came out this past weekend, or actually came out a few days ago. The time of the recording, we recorded it Saturday, September 13th, and after the movie, we decided to come by and kind of talk about the movie. This is gonna be spoiler free at the beginning, and then we're gonna talk about spoilers at the end, and just gonna give our post thoughts and kind of what we liked and didn't like. Well, actually, most of it we liked from the movie. So
Already we can tell you.
yeah, this is gonna be the spoiler free part of the series, or of the episode. YouTube. One thing that stood out to me for the movie, spoiler free, is the usage of the storytelling was super cohesive. It didn't feel like fragmented. You know how in some movies it just kind of feels like rushed, or it didn't feel like that in this part, in Infinity Castle.
I can see what you mean by being very fluent. Like everything kind of just flowed, and it told a story very seamlessly.
Yeah.
Going back and forth between scenes. It was very flawless, like in that way.
Yeah. The intro and outro song, I don't know if you caught who it was singing, but one of them I'm pretty sure was Lisa.
It has to be, right?
Yeah, like it's like she's a staple of Demon Slayer. I feel like, ever since she had that hit song from season 1, it's like, you had to have her in these movies. I don't know if she's in the intro or in both, but definitely I heard her in the outro. Like I definitely remember hearing her then.
I feel like I heard her so many times throughout the whole movie, but because I was so like focused on what was going on, and the anticipation of what I was about to watch, it like I feel like I kind of drowned it out without thinking. But I definitely did hear her. I can't I can't remember if it was also like in the beginning, but I feel like I heard it throughout the movie too. Right. The soundtrack was.
Oh yeah, the music. So one of the things that stood out to me, especially in this movie, was the music. I don't know, like it captured the moments so good, like the fighting, the tension, like what was at stake, everything. And I feel like everybody had a different sense of urgency with the music, and that was like chef's kiss.
Yeah, it made every scene so much better, and I feel like Demon Slayer does that so well, where every scene is intensified by the music, and you can just feel it, like whether it be like super hyped, you're like hell yeah, like let's do this, or or happy, sad, whatever the mood is, the music's always on point.
And I also like the serious moments too, like the combination of that, where you can have like the hype moments and then the regular serious moments, like they're both like Demon Slayer does a really good job on that. And I think that the last thing we'll touch upon in this movie, for me, was the usage of color.
I was about to say, yeah,
like whenever you have the Demon Slayer corpse or some of the main characters versus the demons, there's the color coordination with these specific scenes are used so well, and there's moments where like you're just in awe because it just looks so beautiful.
Like the colors, the animation, like everything was so freaking just mesmerizing. And there was a lot of moments where it was like a lot of the action scenes were like 3D.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I caught myself a few times like going, oh my god, like that looks so real. It just, the way everything, just like the way they executed the scenes with whatever was happening in the scene, they just made some of those moments just look 3D and like real. And you were just like you would go back and forth with like, okay, is it the anime? Are we watching an anime? Are we watching a movie? Like a real life movie? But it was just that good. And the colors were so, like you said, they were so beautiful, very vibrant. And from the color of the Hashira's eyes to like anything and everything around them was just like, man, chef's kiss.
Yep. Yep. There's moments.
So good.
Yeah, the moments of like the eye, especially the eye parts when people are like gazing intensely. You can feel it with like just even with the color, it intensifies like the moments.
And also, without spoiling, was this movie? Because he's read the anime already.
Oh yeah, for
so
those of
he
you who don't
knows.
know.
He knows what's he knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I'll ask this: did it meet your expectations as far as like the manga goes and the first part of this trilogy?
It did. Yeah, it definitely did. I especially in this movie, there are certain parts in the movie that elevated what was in the manga, especially because the voice acting was incredible. The usage of the colors, the usage of the music, it intensified the moments to the point where it's just like the whole movie. I mean, she can attest to this. I was crying like the whole movie. Like it was so freaking good. And especially there's like this main part of the movie where I was just like, dude, I was like ugly crying. I'm glad nobody sat next to us because yeah, they would have had to deal with me. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, and from a perspective of someone who hasn't read it, it was so good. It gave you so many emotions, and you know, you felt for them, whether you know they were happy, they were sad, or they were whatever, you know, like you really truly felt what they felt. And it, if you haven't watched it yet, and you know you're thinking about watching it, not watching it, waiting for it, it's worth it. It really is. It was it exceeded my expectations, but I feel like I was expecting it to be good regardless, because I mean, Demon Slayer, like just watching the episodes normally, like everything is just so good all the time, you know. And especially with every arc that it's been so different, this definitely was different as well. A lot of, you know, things we didn't foresee, and a lot of things that we did, you know, we were expecting. But yeah, overall it was so good. Yeah,
it was amazing. It was Chef's Kiss. 10 out of 10 for me. Like hands down, one of the, I'd argue that's better than the previous movie.
Oh, the Mugen Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the spoiler talk. If you don't want to get spoiled, please go ahead and turn away. And we're talking about the first part. So we're gonna talk about this movie.
Wait, have you left? If you don't want to hear it, better leave.
Get out of here.
Scram.
But
we love you. Yeah, we love you. But come back to the next video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking about, so we'll talk about this in like mini arcs. So the first arc that we're gonna talk about, spoiler, is gonna be the Shinobu fight with Upper Rank 2. What did you think?
God, that I think this fight was probably the one that made me tear the most. I was not expecting it to end that way. I was when she first encountered him, Shinobu, when she first encountered the upper rank, I was like, okay, maybe she's gonna get some backup, something. Like I was hoping that, you know, she would team up with someone, because as so far as what we've seen is like everybody's kind of like with someone, right? So I was hoping she was with someone, you know, that could possibly help her or, you know, aid to her. I wasn't expecting that at all. She fought so hard though, and every memory that came back to her with her sister, God, it was just like lunge the knife deeper, won't you? It was it was sad.
Yeah,
it was so sad.
I want to give the props to whoever's voice acting Doma, the Upper Rank 2.
Jesus,
there is something
sinister. Would that be the word that you use?
No, well, yes. I was gonna say whoever voiced him did a good job of like being in character, because this dude was gentle but like a sociopath, and you know, just like it irks you in every single way, but because he's so strong, like you're just like powerless. Like I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, so the voice acting was incredible in this movie. You also Demon Slayer does a good job of like you feel the hopelessness of like Shinobu, like all she did, like trying to fight this demon, with remembering her sister fighting while she was fighting. But you know what? She wasn't able to unleash the demon, the mark.
Yeah.
She wasn't able to.
I was actually thinking about that while we were watching the movie. I was like, wait, she wasn't able to do it. Like,
yeah,
it didn't happen for her. Going back to, is it Doma?
Doma. Mm-hmm.
God dang it, that guy. He's just so. I can't even. He feels for the souls, right? And he's like, okay, like valiant try, right? Like I see you're fighting, I see all this and that. He's like, but you're still gonna die. Like, and we know it too because he's so strong. And not that we don't, we didn't think, or myself, I should say, because I didn't know what was happening. But not to say that she wasn't strong enough to beat him, but it does take a really strong Hashira or two to beat these upper ranks, right? Like crazy strong. These guys. In the movie, it was so you felt hope, right? So you saw her unleash the poison, and you saw her, get him a few times, and just when you thought, and right when she like stabs him, just when you thought she did it, fucking comes back.
Yeah, and that just goes to show how strong this demon is, because I think matchup wise, it was like the worst matchup that Shinobu could have gotten. And the way this guy fights, I feel like it was, almost inevitable. Like, and I'm talking about like when I read it, like I was like, there's no way.
I will point out though, he did say, why are you trying to poison me when you should be coming for my head?
Yes. Yeah, because that's the only way you can kill him.
And that's the whole. As she was fighting, that's all I could think of is like, why? Like I understand, right? You want to better your ability to poison, and that's her power.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like the good old chopping of the head would do it.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, has she done that? Would she have been successful? But he also did mention that she probably wouldn't have gotten close anyway.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those things that you just kind of like, it feels like it's going to end bad. And it's kind of inevitable, Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that one, especially like, that was the first introduction of a bad ending, right?
Yeah. That is probably where I shed most of my tears, because it's like her valiant effort it definitely was an uneven match.
Yeah. I guess we can go to the next one.
Zenitsu.
Zenitsu, yes. The Zenitsu fight that one exceeded my expectations, just because the effects, the sound, what was at stake was incredible. Like, you could feel like the urgency that Zenitsu had, the betrayal, and how upset he was at like the fact that his senior did what he did.
I've never seen him so serious. Obviously, we know how he is, right, throughout the whole series.
Oh yeah.
Never had seen him with this super serious face unless he was actually asleep, doing his what is it called?
When he goes into like his mode where he like, kills everybody.
Yeah, that's the only time I had ever seen him like calm and serious. But seeing him this way, angry, was so different. It honestly, like, it scared me a little bit, because the potential of this guy is crazy.
Yeah.
And the fight with his superior with that upper rank now.
Mm-hmm.
It was really sad, because it seemed like, that was his family, and he lost both at the same time, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And having to now fight him and having to kill him is even sadder.
Yeah. I think like the main part that really like hit it home for me was when the Gramps showed up after the fight. That was like the scene, like it just reminded me of we refrained, me and my wife refrained from like talking to each other about like our post thoughts so we can have it here in film. Like they did that so well, and it just reminded me of the Rengoku scene from the previous movie. That in itself was like it made that scene like just so well. It was like great, chef's kiss on that.
Yeah, it was. And seeing him do seventh form, showing it off.
Oh yeah, seventh form was great.
Fucking crazy.
Animated was even better. Like
the way that I feel like he's always so. He obviously has a lot of self-doubt, right? I mean, it's been pointed out, and especially in this movie, that he doesn't have a lot of like confidence, right? Because he's like a one
trick pony.
Yeah, one trick pony. So seeing him kind of come back from that, and even in the fight, like he kept going with that one trick, and till the very end.
I think I honestly, I'll say this. I feel like this is the most confident I've seen him.
You think so? Well,
yeah,
yes.
But it was strategic. Like what you're saying is true too. Like I'm saying he masked his confidence up until the end. He locked in, and then when he did the seventh form and overcame his that demon, which is an upper rank 6 or the fill-in for upper rank 6. The way he like that confidence at the end was just like he even the demon was like, where is this power coming from? Like what the heck? And that was like the bow, the like just like
the bow to the
the present, yeah.
the
bow on top.
Yeah.
The bow on top.
The cherry on top.
The cherry on top. Yes, I'm like a bow. Yeah, the cherry on top of that was just the way Zenitsu delivered that final attack, and then at that moment with his grandpa, and that was just like,
I think that moment with his grandpa when he was seeing him in that river, like that was so sad.
And that scene, he I still remember what he said. He's like, you are my pride and joy. And I was like,
no. That part,
because he does struggle with confidence, and for the most part, his superior would always tell him like, you only learned the first form. Like, how could you of all people become the Hashira or whatever? Now I'm like, bro, like that and it, like when he delivered that line, I was just like bawling my eyes out, bro.
Yeah, I'll say the scene was as well one that I was just like, fuck, like I didn't know whether to laugh. I didn't, because there were still a lot of like callbacks to like Zenitsu being silly and being not confident.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that callback. So I didn't know. I was like between laughing and crying and like back and forth.
Yeah. No.
I look over and I'm like I didn't know what to do.
I was bawling my eyes out. If you guys do watch the movie, like when it's out, whether you're US or make sure you don't have any plans afterwards, because you're gonna. I mean, I'm a big sucker for like Demon Slayer, and so this had me in shambles. Everybody's story had me in shambles.
Yeah, I agree. There was a lot of crying. And we didn't have napkins or tissues. We were like, oh my gosh.
Now you hear in the movie theaters like,
yeah. I will also say, go ahead.
Well, are you gonna talk about something about Zenitsu? I was gonna go.
No, go for it. Go.
Okay, well, I'm gonna, before we head to the main battle, I want to talk about also the kids now taking over the master plan of the fight, and then we get to see Rengoku's dad, and we get to see our boy Tengen.
Daddy
Tengen. So we see them in this movie, which was like a surprise. I don't remember them being in the manga, but I mean, this was a few years back, so I probably forgot. I'm really bad at like remembering stuff. But I like the fact that they had a moment of like talking and strategizing, and the moment that the son had with his dad, obviously being used as bait, he just inherited the whole legacy of his father, and having to figure out and defeat Muzan, and having to do that all in a whim. he also struggled with confidence, and I think that moment that he had with his father in front of him as a spirit, oh, dude, that was powerful. And it also strengthened the demon corpse. Like there was at one point where the sister was crying too, because obviously they're grieving in this moment,
And they're little too.
they're kids.
They're kids.
Yeah. And he, after that moment, he has a moment of like strength, and he's like, no, don't cry, our job's not finished. And I was like, everything about this movie was great.
Yeah, I it was nice to see. Honestly, at first when they panned out to Tengen and Rengoku's dad in that scene, I don't know why I thought I for some odd reason I thought Tengen was kind of like talking as in like a spirit to Rengoku, because he looks exactly like his dad.
Oh yeah.
But then I slowly realized that it was actually his dad.
Yeah.
And he looks so much better than obviously the season or the season or movie, whatever.
Yeah.
Back then he was obviously shattered with everything that had happened to his family, and and then now Rengoku, but he looks so much better in this movie, so much more focused, like with a purpose, and watching over these kids, like now he's able to help, and in some way, so it felt very just like just like a comeback a little bit.
Yeah.
And the essence of who Rengoku was, so that was really nice to see.
Yeah, I think the Tanjiro influence is real, because he definitely got he got through Rengoku's dad. And then the final fight. What were your initial thoughts going into the fight?
Oh my gosh, I was so pissed.
Yeah.
Guys, it's so hard to put all these emotions into words as you're like, I'm and this is all fresh, right? We just saw it, so it's like I'm putting all of like my emotions into words, and I feel like I'm just like like I like the words are escaping me right now. But yeah, definitely the first emotion I was just like, fuck you. like how dare you kill our Hashira. Yeah, definitely anger at first. I was like, this bitch is going down, But yeah, why don't you get us started on that fight, because that fight was fucking crazy.
The leading up to it, you could almost feel the hostility, because so this is the way it played out in the movie. The movie tells us, oh, the crow sees this big ball of energy, and they tell us in the story that this big ball of energy are upper moons, and then you see the green and the blue, which is Tanjiro and Giyu running towards this mass of energy. So the leading up to it was so full of tension, and then you see like it goes kind of quiet for a bit, and then you see Akaza going through like a bunch of buildings, and just goes straight down. The moment that he gets in front of Tanjiro, I was holding my breath the whole time. And then where he like, obviously they go through the movements of like fighting and stuff, or he just gets down. No. There's a moment where he just crashes down and is in front of Tanjiro, and he addresses him. He's like, hey, you're that weakling. And I'm like, it's on sight, bro.
He wants that smoke.
And that's when shit got so real so fast.
I'll say, I've always liked Giyu. He's one of my favorite Hashiras.
Yeah.
But that fight honestly leveled him up so much higher. Like I have no words. We've never seen him like full on just like
on the brink of death.
Yeah. It's always so calm. It's always so level-headed with him when he fights. And this fight, it took him on another level of being right at the edge.
Yeah, and now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think he ever fought an upper rank moon, so he was never
in that position.
Right. Yeah, he was never in that position. It's always been like, I think, lower rank, because I don't think he's fought. I think you only have Tokido that's fought one. You have the Love Hashira. You have, who else?
Who fought the spider family? Shinobu.
Yeah, I think Gyu was that's the best thing he kind of fought was, the spider. The spider.
Yeah.
Yep.
It his fight, that fight was insane.
Yeah.
At some point it was just like your eyes were back and forth, like you had no idea who was doing what, because they were both just going at it so fast.
Yeah, it was incredible. And so I think I can break this down like in two different mini arcs. This is the first part of the fight of Akaza was like pre Giyu unlocking the mark. And then
That shit was so insane. We were sitting there and he's like, everybody was just watching. As soon as the mark comes up, oh my god.
I don't know if anybody else reacted to it, but I was like,
no, I'm talking about us. Like
we both were like,
yeah,
oh, let's go, bro.
We should have had a camera just there, like capturing our every like emotion, because it was just that good.
It was so good, and me knowing it was gonna come out, I was still like, yeah, let's go.
I was like, I wonder if people can hear us, because we were like, let's fucking go. Like
we were the most audible out of like everybody there.
We were so hyped.
And it was kind of like empty too, like it wasn't really like packed, because we went early, like at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Just what I initially wanted to get out and like have our record our thoughts afterwards and be fresh, fresh of tears, right?
Yeah, fresh of swelled eyes.
Yeah.
Swollen eyes.
And so the second part of the fight was when he relocks that mark, and he just, you just see Giyu just like lock in, and he's like, dude, all the moves he was doing, Akaza was like, dude, what the heck is going on? But at the same time, you have Tanjiro understanding the technique that Akaza has, and he is like not only understanding what's at stake in the fight, like learning his technique, but also learning to be under the influence of the mark at will.
For sure. Also, he does mention like I'm talking about Akaza, mentions that he hasn't fought Water Hashira in 50 years.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, wait, hold up, what? Who did you fight?
Yeah.
They didn't mention it, but I thought that was really interesting. And then we get on to Tanjiro unlocking the mark,
Okay.
which is what do you call it? The transparent world.
Yeah, the transparent world. So remember, like in this state, and we don't. Nobody else that has unlocked the mark has seen this, so we don't like. That's still a mystery up until this point. Tanjiro can see through skin. Like I remember in the movie, he's like, I can see the nerves. I can see
the muscles tensing up.
Yeah.
Ready to he knows when they're about to strike, because he can see the muscles tensing up to make a move.
Yeah, and so at that point it's like, because Giyu doesn't see that, you have Tokito that doesn't see that, and you like it's just him, and the callback that he has with his dad about it, because he learned from the flashback. Crazy work.
I know that part was so nice to see, him with his family again. And
oh yeah, that flashback. What do you think of the flashback? You seeing the whole family again live, and like the dad?
Yeah, it was cute, and it was sad at the same time, because especially they were all like a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Even Nezuko looked younger too.
Did you catch that that Tanjiro says that flashback was 10 days before his father passed away?
Yeah.
That was crazy, right?
10 days. But yeah, shows his dad kind of.
And he looks well.
He looks
like
a little hollowed out,
a little sunken in, right? But not like
he was super sickly. Like,
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a callback of his dad killing a bear.
Yeah.
Which he had Tanjiro watch, to watch his technique and how he did it, and how calm he was, and how he unlocked that transparent world.
Yeah.
That not Tanjiro has unlocked.
Yeah.
But watching him use that in the fight was freaking crazy, because Akaza now was so, like he didn't know what was happening, or how he could sense his moves and all this and that. And the whole time they were fighting, there's a moment where Akaza's coming back, because after he beheads him, he's coming back, and and we see Tanjiro freak out, right? Like, what is happening? Like, why is his body still moving? You know, why is his oh, because he caught his head. He caught his head and he wanted to reattach his head. Anyway, in that moment where he starts freaking out, I was like, oh my god, please don't freak out, because it's gonna freaking, I have like PTSD from the movie now. Like, it's gonna be the same thing, you know, that happened to Rengoku. Like, it's gonna happen to Giyu, and he's gonna be there and he's gonna blame himself again. Like, I was like going in a spiral, like, please, like, don't like, don't panic. But yeah, that was fucking crazy. First of all, like, that guy had so, like, the sheer will of him to, you know, regrow his head was fucking crazy.
This is the first time that we ever see that.
Wild. Like, he should have been dead completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole fight, wild.
That whole fight was amazing. As from the manga perspective, they did a way 100 times better. I mean, obviously in the manga you don't have the music, you don't have the voice acting, you don't have the real life animation going on, and to see it in theaters was freaking insane. And so, like, that whole fight, even in the flash, like, I don't know if you saw, but I was like sobbing my freaking eyes out, dude. Akaza is one of my favorite stories in Demon Slayer, aside from Tokito. I mean, there's a few more notable ones, but those are two of my favorite ones that I can, you know, for sure put a stamp on it. Like, these are my favorite ones. The way they made it to where, like, now you understand this character as a whole, like, wanting to be reborn from his past and then,
redeemed,
like, wanting to be redeemed, having his father, you know, take his own life and be like, you know what, son, this is the way you can start fresh. And him being like, no, like, you're the reason why I would have taken 100 slashes to the back for you. Like, there's just something so poetic about that now you understand this character, and, like, makes sense. And but at the same time, you're like, nah, F this guy, you just killed my boy Rengoku. Like, I can't remember his name, the author's name. He does this so well. Like, he does this so well, where he just, the way he story tells this character, and then makes you feel for the character. And I'm just like, bro, like, how do you do it, bro? It's so good.
I agree. When he told me that was one of his favorite stories, I'm like, I could see how, you know,
you're like, no way, there's no way.
But and I still felt for the character. Like, it is sad, because, you know, he came, you know, he went through so much, you know, when he was with his dad, and then, you know, going into with who he was going to marry and starting his life fresh. He was about to start his life fresh, and, you know, going through all these you know, hills and in his life, and then just to end up as a demon, and, you know, just go back down that path. Like, it just what you said, like, you feel bad for them, but then it's like, no, like, look at what you, like, look at the path you chose. Like, you chose wrong, you know. And but it's so torn, your emotions are so torn. Like,
yes,
it is sad. Like, it's what desperation, you know, drives people to do, right?
Desperation, love, because he had love for his father and his,
and vengeance.
Yeah, so it just, you know, the storytelling about this character is just so incredible, with Akaza, you know, having love for his father, and then not having love for this newfound life with his master, his bride to be. And then, like, now you see why he's always like, oh, weak this, I gotta be strong this, I gotta do this, I need to protect this. So that conviction is what drives him crazy, basically. But you know, obviously, like, in human form he did it for all the right reasons, in demon form he did it for all the wrong reasons. He doesn't remember his past, and so, like, you almost play devil's advocate, like yes, he's a demon, but at the same time it's this notion of wanting to become human, or, you know, his ideals coming from his human life that kind of just transferred over. And so it was beautiful. And then him going off the way he did,
I know, it was I guess noble in a way, because he went on his own.
He pretty much, you know, if it wasn't for him remembering his past, he wouldn't have passed on. And then you have Muzan like, no, you're a demon, and you're supposed to be fighting for me.
Was he the one that told him like, oh, you won't be with us in heaven or something like that, like even though you're not going to be with us or something like that, he said. But it was his dad or it was the other guy talking, but it was like him telling him like, oh, but you won't be with us or something like that, even though you're about to die or something like that.
No, I think it was actually his father saying that. Yeah, because I know we're talking about in the scene. It's like his father, and then it goes to Muzan, and then it goes to the yeah. I think the way it's aligned, it almost makes you think that. But I think they're separate. I just do think because he became a demon and went through these atrocities that he's unable to go to heaven with them, and so that's why his father said that. But I also could be wrong. I can't remember if it is actually. I want to say it is a dad.
Oh, okay. It's because I think right after it's like Muzan tells him like what are you doing? Like kind of like tries to snap him back out of it. Like like you want to get stronger. Like you want it. And all this while we were just like, I think I was so out of tears from the beginning that the whole time, like in that half of the movie, I was just like, what the fuck's happening? Like
yeah, no, it was crazy, y'all. Like that whole scene is just like, I damn near cried every single fight. Like
yeah.
And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna cry again. And then boom, waterworks, and I was like, at one point my lips started quivering. And I was like, bro, what is going on? And boogers and all that. Like
he was going through it.
I was going through it. When you read it for like however many years when it finished, and like having to wait that many years, and then it finally, it is animated and they do it justice. You can't help but feel a certain way about it. And this one was really good. Like, and what sucks is like, yeah, we have to wait 2 more years or 3 more years for like the other movies. But if it's anything like this movie, like it's really worth the wait. And we're honestly thinking about reacting to it again for the second time and kind of see what we missed, because I feel like the second round we can probably find more stuff we missed.
Yeah, because I mean it's kind of hard, right? Because it was subbed. It's kind of hard to watch and read at the same time sometimes, and you miss things, or you're like, you have to like literally be paying attention the whole time, which we were. But I feel like you do miss some things, like especially when you're seeing that whole like energy colors while they were looking, like that the Hashiras and the upper ranks had bigger like energy balls. Like I didn't even, I didn't catch that. I just saw like just big energy walls or whatever they're called. But it didn't click at that moment. But I'm sure there was a bunch of stuff that we missed, and this was just kind of like post right after us seeing it. And if it sounds like we're rambling, it's because we are. We're trying to find the words to say.
Dude, this was an experience, man. Like I can't wait to rewatch it and see like our reaction to it again. Like
I kind of, not to cut you off, but I feel like I wish the people that we watched it with were more into it too, because
it was dead silent. Like in all the scenes that we were like reacting to, we were so vocal, and we're like, wait, nobody else is vocal.
It's because like there were some funny parts, like with and especially like in the beginning of the movie with Tanjiro and Giyu, like there were some funny like moments between them, and like when
they become chibi.
Yes, they were so cute, and we were laughing, and like the theater was like dead silence. We were like, what is happening? Why isn't no one laughing?
I know. I think it was too early for them or something. I don't know. Or maybe I don't know. I won't say they're not fans, but I mean they're probably hardcore fans. They just wanted to watch it. Yeah.
But yeah, this movie was awesome. This was just our thoughts like post right off of seeing it. Hopefully we can watch it again and react to it. It was a long movie. It was about
2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours. Because we went at 3 and we didn't get out till like 6:30.
Yeah. So it was pretty long, but hopefully we can rewatch it and if we catch more things.
It'll be great.
It'll be good, and we can kind of discuss it.
Yeah. So this has been our review. Did we miss anything?
Our review / emotional trauma dump.
Dude, for us guys, my eyes were so red at the end of the movie, right, babe? Like,
yeah, we came out like
I know, and out. ice puffy snot, not snot everywhere, obviously. But like this is an experience like not many animes have this great storytelling and are able to deliver it at such high quality animation. And I will give it props. The way they animated the Infinity Castle is fucking
Dude.
amazing.
That thing never ended.
No, I don't know what they did. And like there's moments where like they break the walls and like the explosions look real. Like I remember you talking about that and I was like, dude.
That, and I felt like sometimes I would get a little motion sickness because
Yeah.
there were so many scenes where like they were flying through buildings and more buildings and floors on top of floors, and it just kept going.
There's
and so it was like a POV every time, and man, it really does get you a little dizzy.
Yeah, but there's so much material still to cover. There's so many fights that we haven't seen and so many fighters we haven't seen.
When the movie started, I was like, there's no way they're gonna do 2 hours of like what are they gonna talk about? But
they really did.
it was so much stuff. And then they get into one story. By the time you're like, oh shit, but you still got like 10 more stories to cover. Like, so yeah.
We still have Sanemi. We still have the Stone Hashira, Tokito,
The Snake
Hashira, the
Love
Love Hashira. And we don't even know who they're fighting or are up
their
against.
opponents. Yeah.
And then you still have, we need to talk about Muzan over here recovering at like just over here.
That was nasty.
Oh yeah, there's this moment in the movie where they show Muzan and where he's at, and there's just like a bunch of like whatever is surrounding him. He's like basically in a time chamber, like in Dragon Ball.
He's like what the hell is he? He looks like a a cell. Like a cell growing and eating like.
Oh, remember he's recovering. That's why he's doing. He's doing that to recover from what
Miss Tamayo did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, that was nasty.
Yeah, the effects that they used there and the sound effects, and it was like, ooh.
Gross.
It was a little gross, yeah.
Yeah, you do see him throughout the movie, and all flashbacks with everybody. Friggin', he's like in everybody's business.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, 10 out of 10, guys. Really, really recommend if you haven't seen it.
It's good, y'all. Like if you guys are like going and seeing it in IMAX is like it's an experience, and
it really was. It was just kind of uncomfortable. Okay, can we talk about those seats?
Those seats were pretty uncomfortable, and honestly, like I think I might argue that I might have a better time like doing it here and showing everybody our first reaction or like our initial reaction.
Oh, like yeah.
Like had we done that, I think I honestly would have preferred that. Well, there's pros and cons on both, but the IMAX one is just like it's on a bigger screen. I just also do wish that we did have like a more hype crowd, because all that was hype, dude. Like all that was sitting there, like, dude. I think there's this one moment where I was like, yeah, nobody said nothing, and I was just like, okay, like.
No, I will say,
it's just me that's hyped.
I will say there was a couple moments where like there was like something would happen, and then I don't know what part it was in.
Oh, it was when they showed Rengoku.
Oh, Rengoku. Oh, yeah, it was that part. They did like a flashback or whatever, and then it goes quiet, and then like you just hear, oh my god, no.
And that shit's so valid, because I'm like, don't do this to me again. I have no more tears.
We're like, so did you hear that? Like that's the most reaction we've gotten out of the whole crowd.
Yeah, the theater was dead silent up until that point. Like that,
yeah.
and it was just like an audible gasp. It's like,
oh no.
But,
oh god.
But definitely check it out.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Like it's everybody's voice acting was so good. I feel like I think like everybody had their highlighted moments, and for me just like. In this movie, obviously you have Akaza, but I think Giyu was most notably, and like obviously that's the fight centered. Giyu, Tanjiro going next level, and then Akaza just like having the proper send off. Like not disregarding the other two fights, I just think this main fight was just ethereal.
It was like you said, poetic.
It was poetic, yeah. Like the ups, the downs, and then at the end they're passing out the crows, just like better not pass out. You better not die on me. And I'm like, oh my god, even the crows are gonna make me cry, bro.
At that point, we were already just like emotionally distraught, you know.
Yeah, and then just like the crows saying like, Giyu and Tanjiro killed upper rank 3.
It was so good.
Music to my ears, bro.
It was so good.
Oh, and then we can finish off with this, like the upper ranks 1 and 2 sensing that Kaza passed away.
Yeah, so they definitely felt it. They were like, what happened? You know, like they couldn't believe that, you know, he went down, like one of the upper 3 went down like that. And I want to say that he noted that he went out on his own.
Yeah.
So
because technically they didn't defeat him. I mean, yes, Tanjiro did kill him, but he regrew his head, and so no, they didn't kill him, but he went off on his own accord. Yes.
Yeah. So everybody noted that, and Muzan was not happy. So
yeah,
not at all. But we did catch number 1 saying, "Oh, well, I thought you were gonna fight me, beat me, or whatever."
Yeah.
Which we thought was pretty funny. The rivalry between the upper ranks.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very scary. I mean, they're all kind of in tune with each other. Well, they all have the same blood, basically, right?
That's the reason why they can sense each other.
That was it's scary. And now I'm kind of wondering if someone's gonna take his place as number 3, or what's gonna happen, or you know.
We gotta wait another 2 years.
Dang it. He's like, why don't you just start reading the manga? Like, I'm like,
so you can talk about it.
He really wants to talk about it.
Oh, and I will say, I just realized this in hindsight, but they, you know, the upper rank 6, the one that fought Zenitsu, nobody sensed them, but everybody sensed when Nakaza passed away.
True, but I feel like he was strong, but like not that crazy.
Yeah, he's just a side character.
Yeah, because I think even the demon that rescued Zenitsu, the demon that rescued Zenitsu had said, had he had training for maybe another year, he wouldn't have beat him.
Oh yeah, you see, I didn't catch that.
Like I barely. He's like you barely won. Like if you had given him a little bit more time, there's just no way. Like he would have grown a lot stronger.
What a movie!
What a movie!
Guys, enjoy the series if it's in the movies. Like go and watch it. It's a 10 out of 10. It's been amazing.
It's 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Great everything. You know, voice acting, the fighting scenes, music. The music in each fight was amazing. Like, and they all had their own theme. The first fight, the second fight, when Zenitsu gets real, and then like the last fight. Just peak, bro. Peak. This is pure cinema.
It was so good. Highly recommend. Thank you for letting us rant here in our little review.
If you made it this far and you watched it, let us know what you guys thought of the movie. And
without giving any spoilers of what happens past this movie, because we don't know.
Oh yeah, no spoilers for that. And
also if you're gonna say anything about spoilers, just be mindful of some people that haven't watched it.
Oh yeah. I mean,
you know what? I don't know. I mean, it is a spoiler
review.
Half of it.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't recommend anybody to see the comments.
Yeah, don't see the comments if you don't want. Well, I mean, they're not watching by this point, right?
Yeah, they're not.
We probably should have said that in the beginning.
Yeah, I'll make a note of it. I'll put it in the beginning.
It's kind of hard to do disclaimers here.
Yeah, we'll make disclaimers now. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening to our rant. I just think that this series is good, and we still got 2 more to go. It's kind of crazy to think that there's still 2 more to go. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, notification bells on, and let us know your thoughts of the movie. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.